Well, the wet weather is here and it's going to be with us for several more hours before it shuts down. Right now, looking at a fairly steady rain across central Missouri, across much of southern Missouri, northern Arkansas. It becomes a bit more showery in southwest Missouri and northwest Arkansas, but this is also an area where there are a few isolated thunderstorms. I've been watching lightning strikes with some activity north of Eureka Springs and also with some activity to the west of Eureka Springs. Rainfall. Most areas have gotten a pretty good soaking today already. 4/10 of an inch officially here in Springfield. That brings our monthly total now over 1 inch. And that 4/10 of an inch, that's as much as we've had on any single day this entire month. You could see back on the 4th, we had 4/10 of an inch. And we're still adding. We're still looking at rain falling out there. So we're going to be adding to that figure as we work closer to the midnight hour. The midnight hour is about when I think things will cut off in terms of rainfall here in Springfield. The core of this storm located here over western Oklahoma. And you can see these bands of showers and isolated thunderstorms. And then as you get further east, it becomes more of a steady shield of rainfall across Missouri and Arkansas. All of this will continue to translate off to the northeast. Overnight tonight, midnight, looks like central Missouri covered in steady rain. Steady rain also across south central Missouri and the northeast areas of Arkansas. But this is the back edge right here. And I think it's going to be on that back edge where we find the best chance for some isolated thunderstorm activity. This will continue to pivot northeast. And it looks like by 7 o'clock in the morning, that rain's out of here. It's not completely dry, but the heavier, steadier rain is gone. What's left are some patchy areas of drizzle here along and north of I-44. And then further south, some breaks in the clouds. So areas like maybe Ava could see a peak or two of early day sunshine. I think we'll find a better chance for some peaks of sunshine across Howell County, Shannon County, Oregon County, south down into areas like Mountain Home, as well as Salem, Arkansas. Clouds will probably fill in across these areas as we get into the afternoon. And I think areas along and north of I-44, we never enjoy any sunshine. We stay dreary all day long, and I think that risk for some patchy, misty light showers will remain even into the afternoon hours. Rainfall from this point forward will be heaviest north of the interstate, where some locations are going to pick up another inch of rainfall. Here along I-44, looks like we could pick up another quarter to half an inch of rainfall. And it looks like similar totals further south. Notice how the amounts drop off the further southwest you go. Temperatures tonight, they've been holding very steady here in Springfield at 50 degrees, but with gusty southeast winds, I think we may be able to blow in some cooler air, dropping temperatures into the upper 40s. And then they try to rise a little bit up to around 50 or 51 Friday morning before falling back to the 40s late morning through the afternoon hours on Friday. So you get up, you get out, what you feel early in the day is probably going to feel a little bit easier to take than at the end of the afternoon. As far as the pattern this weekend, it looks like it's going to be unsettled. We've got a storm track that is going to cut across the area through this weekend, and there's going to be a series of storms moving across the area. And those storms will generate, I think, sun and clouds both Saturday and Sunday, and maybe a risk for some shower activity, especially north of Highway 60 late Saturday afternoon into Saturday night. Afternoon highs, they'll be in the mid-50s, which is a little bit above normal for early December, with overnight lows in the mid-30s. We keep the pattern on the cool side through Monday, Tuesday, into Wednesday. In fact, we could see some colder air working in Tuesday into Wednesday. That's going to be followed by a nice rise in temperatures. It looks like we're going to close out next week in a mild mode with sunshine and highs at least into the mid-60s on Thursday. And I think we're going to find similar, if not warmer, readings on Friday. So we've got a cool stretch of weather, and then I think at the end of next week, we're going to be enjoying some warmer temperatures.
Okay, sunshine comes out just in time for folks to clean out their gutters. The leaves and the rain can make for a little bit of a situation.
I got to do that. I did that before we got into this wetter pattern, and I think I'm going to have to get back up there and do it again.
Yeah, the leaves fell, they all fell at once, it feels like. Yeah.